You're a coward.
That is correct. I'm a coward who does like to win, though.
Do you? Why did we build Kaho then?
Because that deck is better than SRAM.
I'm not honestly sure if I believe that.
I think it is, TBH.
I guess you play counter spells, so there's that.
Hello, Sigi here, and I'm going first once again. This week I'm playing Arcum Dagson. The list is basically the same I played in Season 1, with a couple of minor changes, but strategically we're still looking to do the Paradox Engine, Citadel Flute, Scrap Trawler, Mirror Retriever, Infinite Loop into shooting everyone with Walking Ballista. My opening hand is 2 islands, Lotus Petal, Impulse, Mana Vault, Memnite, and Swan Song. It doesn't really get much better than this. We have everything we want. We can play Arcum on turn 1 by going Island, Lotus Petal, Mana Vault. We even have 1 backup mana to cast our Swan Song in case somebody can counter it with like a Force of Will or something. And we have a Memnite to sacrifice. The only thing this hand would need is another spell to cast after we get our Paradox Engine, so we can untap Arcum again. But yeah, this is the snappiest of snap keeps. If everything goes right, this game is not gonna go long. Let's see how it goes.
Hi everybody, my name's Luke, and this will be my first game with the Laboratory Maniacs. Today, I'll be playing FC-Tazri, a deck that focuses on getting both Food Chain and either Eternal Scourge or Mist Hologriffin to generate infinite creature mana. With that mana, we can cast our General, who will fetch out either Haggard Diabolist, Halimar Excavator, or Calastria Healer, 3 allies that we can use as outlets with our commander, who's also an ally. That combo will win us the game. So my opening hand was Tarnished Citadel, Negate, Tainted Pact, Necropotence, Foresight, Noble Hierarch, and Nature's Claim. I'm never really a huge fan of only having Tarnished Citadel as your only colored land for your opener, because the 3 damage actually does add up, and I don't ever really like seeing Necropotence in my opening hand either, so I decided to ship this back. The second hand we had was Gemstone Caverns, Bloodstained Mire, Eternal Scourge, Ponder, Chrome Mox, Halimar Excavator, and Flusterstorm. Now, anytime you have both Gemstone Caverns and Eternal Scourge, or Mist Hologriffin for that point, in your opening hand, it's awesome, because you basically get a free luck counter for your Gemstone Caverns, while getting half your combo ready to go. The Ponder and the Flusterstorm also just seemed like good cards to have, and the Chrome Mox plus Halimar Excavator was basically a free imprint on the Chrome Mox. So, today I'll be going second, and we'll see you in game.
Hey everybody, Dan here. Today I am playing my Thrasios and Tymna Doomtide deck. So for those of you that may not know, this is a Bomberman, Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, Infinite Mana combo deck that seeks to abuse Thrasios' ability as an infinite mana outlet to either draw my deck and win with Lab Maniac or to storm off with Aetherflux Reservoir. These plans are all stitched together by a nice clean setup of cantrips, draw spells, and the 2 most powerful parts of this, which is Doomsday and Ad Nauseam. So, my first opening hand I saw was Windswept Heath and Arid Mesa, Tundra, Island, another island, Mana Crypt, and Dark Ritual. This makes loads of mana, and it doesn't really do anything besides that, so I shipped it back. The second opening hand I saw was a Time Twister, a Lotus Petal, a Carpet of Flowers, Chrome Mox, Soul Ring, Brainstorm, and Ponder. And I kept it. So this is a little weird. Obviously, there's no lands. That's always a bit sketchy. But Lotus Petal into Carpet of Flowers, while also having Chrome Mox into either a cantrip or a Soul Ring, depending on what I draw, is pretty good. Time Twister coming down on turn 2 means that I can ramp up and then restock. So I think this is probably good enough. So let's see how it does.
Hey everybody, this is cobblepott. Today I'm going to be running Derevi Wizardball. This is a departure from the de facto Derevi prison lists that were popular in the pre-Vancouver meta, but with the loss of partial mulligans, the power level of that list went way down, and that's mainly because the tax effects like Sphere of Resistance or Thorn of Amethyst or Talia are really good at the very beginning of the game, before your opponents have had a chance to get their fast mana down. But once that fast mana is down, those effects lose a whole lot of value because your opponents are more ready to overcome those effects. So if you can't guarantee that you're going to get some of those down every game really early, then the efficacy of the list is going to go down as well. And that's what happened. So the Wizardball approach aims to play an interactive control game, but doesn't use counterspells for the most part. Instead, because of the fact that Derevi is intrinsically creature-oriented, it uses creatures to achieve that same goal. Wizards lend themselves very well to this because they've got, Patron Wizard and Void Mage Prodigy, both of which can turn all of your wizards into counterspells. They don't need haste. As soon as you have one of those in play, all of your wizards gain that ability. Azami, Lady of Scrolls, turns all of your wizards into draw engines. And what winds up happening is you have a lot of creatures that are playable of their own right, for instance, Aven Mindcensor or Sylvan Safekeeper, that happen to be wizards. And even though you would run them anyway, they become more powerful when they also can tap to counter spells or tap to draw you cards. The eventual result is a list that is very flexible. So for instance, maybe you played a meddling mage naming Food Chain. Now that meddling mage is just kind of sitting there, but if that meddling mage can also be tapped to draw you cards whenever you need to, or to counter the spell that's trying to remove it. And you get additional lines of play that wouldn't have otherwise been there. And with additional lines of play, you have additional opportunities to interact, additional ways that you can get out of situations that you might not otherwise have been able to do. And all of this hinges on this fundamental theme of being able to tap your creatures in response to emergent threats. Derevi's triggered ability facilitates this in abundance, but we go a little bit further and run Seedborn Muse and Quest for Renewal to be able to untap on opponent turns, to be able to interact with them more readily. And we also have Intruder Alarm and Paradox Engine as combo pieces to be able to either draw the deck and then win with Laboratory Maniac, or go infinite with Stony Brook Schoolmaster and create infinite wizards to swing with. Or, as is the case a lot of the time, you just get to this point where your opponents really can't resolve any of their spells, and most of them scoop at that point. My first 7 cards consisted of Mana Crypt, Cyclonic Rift, Gaia's Cradle, Captain Sisay, Gilded Drake, Void Mage Prodigy, and Eldritch Evolution. Now, there's no land here. We do have a Mana Crypt, that's nice, but without any colored mana, we're not really going to be able to do anything. Yes, we do have a Gaia's Cradle, but it's a blank until we can get any creatures into play. Also, we want to see some type of dork that we can use to be able to get a turn to Derevi, and we don't have that here. So, on to the next 7. Second 7, we see Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. We have a Tundra, Gilded Drake, Carpet of Flowers, Sterling Grove, Enlightened Tutor, and Captain Sisay. This is a lot better. We don't have a way to turn 1 get Carpet of Flowers, unless we draw a turn 1 green mana source, but that isn't necessary because we do have a Tundra and Enlightened Tutor, and we can get a turn 2 Mystic Remora, which generally gives us enough gas to compensate. And we've got Carpet of Flowers there that will help us to accelerate, and we've got some good interaction with Gilded Drake, and Sterling Grove. And once Captain Sisse gets online, we should be pretty good. So we will see what happens.
And with that, I will start us off.
Oh, wait, I have pregame action.
Oh my
fuck's
goodness.
Look at
You
this.
piece of
Gemstone Caverns.
Oh
Exiling
Like he owns the place.
Eternal Scourge.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. I can't believe you've done that.
Why did we bring him on again?
What counter there?
Can we fire him?
'Cause somebody has to play Taz. With that out of the way, I will draw for turn. Play an island. Cast Lotus Petal.
Oh, you're going to pass the Lotus Petal?
He is.
Wow.
I'll take it.
You can
Right
pass
over
it to me. Okay, right here.
You wish. I will tap 1 to cast Mana Vault.
Ugh, look at this guy.
It's okay.
Okay, it resolved.
Cool. Probably not much of a surprise, but I'm gonna sack the Lotus Petal for blue, tap 3 to cast Arcum.
Not bad.
Okay.
And with that, I pass turn.
All right, upkeep, draw. I will play a Chrome Mox for turn. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yep, seems good.
Yep.
All right, I will exile Halimar Excavator.
Okay.
Play a Bloodstained Mire.
Yep.
Tap this for blue. Cast Ponder.
Yeah.
No response.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Draw this. Crack my Bloodstained Mire for an Underground Sea. And I'll play a Dark Confidant and pass.
Spicy.
All right. I will draw for turn. I will cast a Lotus Petal.
Nice. Good
I
stuff.
will cast a Chrome Mox.
Okay.
I would like to imprint an Arbor Elf.
All right.
I would like to cast a Carpet of Flowers.
Oh, God. Okay.
Move to my post-combat main phase.
Mm-hmm.
Trigger Carpet of Flowers to add 1 blue mana to my mana pool.
Yep.
Crack my Lotus Petal for random Who Cares mana to cast a Soul Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Time Twister.
Really? Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Fine by me.
I mean, you're going to refill both Sigi and I?
Cobblepott.
I have no response.
Sounds
So Twister.
Yeah. Let's do some twisting.
Okay.
That was my hand plus 2 cantrips.
Nice.
So I kept a no-lander. That was a turn 1 Time Twister with mana.
Seems good.
I was
Seems
hoping Tazri would have like a
reasonable.
turn 1 DT or something.
Nah, I just hit the turn 0 Gemstone Caverns.
Land for turn will be an Underground Sea.
Okay.
And I will cast an Imperial Seal.
Oh boy.
No response here.
Go for it.
Sounds good.
I'm going to get this card. After that, I will pass turn.
Draw for turn. So I'm going to play a Marsh Flats. And I will cast a Chrome Mox.
Yep.
And I will imprint a Chord of Calling on the Chrome Mox.
I'll chord your calling.
That's right. Tap that. Birds of Paradise.
Okay.
Crack. Marsh Flats. Get 1 life. Tundra. Use that Tundra to play top.
Okay.
Pass turn.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw step, draw for turn. Lose 1 from Mana Vault. Play an island. Cast a Memnite.
Has priority.
Pass priority.
Resolves.
Oh yeah. Okay. I would like to tap Arcum, targeting the Memnite.
Yep.
Is that good?
Yeah. Sounds it.
Okay. I will sacrifice the Memnite to search my library for a non-creature artifact and put it into play. Where is my Paradox Engine?
Paradox Engine.
Yes.
That's a dramatic reversal.
Oh, cobble.
Sorry.
Okay, Paradox Engine. Cast. Mox Opal.
Ew.
Paradox Engine trigger. Untap Mana Vault, untap Arcum.
Yep.
Make a blue and 3. Hang on. We have the technology.
You mean you have a spare island?
And a blanked foil card for colorless mana.
Beautiful.
So we've got 1 and 3. Okay. Next order of business. I will cast an Ornithopter.
No, he's got it.
Yeah, this looks like game.
Paradox Engine trigger.
Yeah.
Untapping all of these dudes. Tap Arcum targeting Ornithopter. Yeah, I will sack the Ornithopter to find Citadel Flute. Okay. I will tap Citadel Flute for 0 to search my library for a creature card with CMC 0 and put it into my hand.
Phyrexian Walker.
I don't think I play that one. I do play Shield Sphere, though.
You don't play Phyrexian Walker?
I mean, that's a 0-3. Shield Sphere is a 0-6.
That's strictly worse.
Okay. Either way, I am going to make some more mana. 2 and 6 now. To cast a Shield Sphere.
No.
Jeez, I need to do this. Okay. Paradox Engine trigger. Untap, 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 untap. I think just to be safe, I'm gonna pull out another mana rock. So tap Arcum to target Shield Sphere, sacrificing Shield Sphere, finding what's a good mana rock? There we go, Sky Diamond. So I do have a Sky Diamond now, which is nice. I'm gonna spend 3 of my hard-earned mana, going down to 3 colorless in the pool, to tap Citadel Flute for X equals 3, trying to find Scrap Trawler. There it is, Scrap Trawler. Okay. I will tap another 4. So I go back to 6 and 3 blue floating. And I will cast, for 1 blue, Brainstorm.
Okay.
I will just move ahead. Paradox Engine untaps all of my stuff. Brainstorm resolves, I assume.
Yeah.
Makes me nauseous to see, but
Draw 3. Put 2 back on top. Okay. I'm gonna pay 2 mana here to tap Sentinel Flute again to search for the other one.
Mirror Retriever.
7 and 4. Okay, gonna spend 2 colorless here to cast Mirror Retriever. Paradox Engine trigger. Untap, 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 untap.
Yup.
Gonna tap 2 here, making 6 blue. Going up to 6 blue, sorry. And another 3 here. 5. Okay. And I will target my Mirror Retriever to sack it.
Bye.
Finding, I don't know, another mana rock. I will get... I will return Ornithopter to my hand. And now, tap this for another 3 mana, going up to 8. Spend 3 mana, going to 5. To cast Scrap Trawler. Paradox Engine trigger. Untap, untap. All of the untaps. Okay, so Scrap Trawler is on the field now. I will tap Arcum once again, targeting Scrap Trawler. Is that good?
Yeah.
Seems like.
Okay.
Good
I'll
card.
sack Scrap Trawler. Its death trigger happens and I target Mirror Retriever.
Wait! I don't think this does anything, but I'm going to put it on top of your library.
I will respond by casting Mana Drain, targeting Noxious Revival.
Man!
I would like to respond to your mana drain with a pact negation.
Sheesh!
That's what you're going to pact?
I
Not
mean,
like
okay.
his
do you
Aetherflux Reservoir?
see if I could pay for it?
Okay, so... okay,
Oh,
Pact
weird.
counters Mana Drain.
Yeah.
This nerd goes on top of my library and I don't get anything from this nerd, which is a
And
bit
it
sad.
shuffles back in.
Yeah, that's okay though. It really is, TBH.
I mean, you have Sentinel Flute untapped, so it doesn't even matter.
Correct.
Alright, I'm an F6 now. That's,
Yeah, we're pretty dead here.
Aren't we all there?
That is one of the beauties of Arcum. Yeah, my move to deal with that is to
keep
tap
going
Sentinel
and
Flute for
not
X
care.
equals 2, getting back this fancy lad into my hand.
Is this your third turn 2 against us this season?
Might be. I've been doing well, definitely.
You've been killing it. I think you've won more than half of the games.
I feel like I had a good chance here.
Well, I believe you're actually dead. Oh, that's pretty slick.
I would like to present a loop here between Mirror Retriever and Scrap Trawler. Both of these allow me to return an artifact to my hand when they die. I have an artifact sack outlet in the form of Arcum Daxon. I can do that infinitely because I can also just fail to find if I so desire. I can keep untapping Arcum with Paradox Engine, and I have enough mana rocks to be net positive in mana every time I recast one of those two. That means I can keep casting and sacking them all the while generating mana. And with this infinite mana, I will tap Sentinel Flute for 0 one last time to get Walking Ballista. I will now cast Walking Ballista for X equals 500,000.
That's kind of
Put
low.
all triggers on the stack, targeting Cobble and Luke, and then die to me on my turn. Right?
Nice try. No, I will shoot. I will shoot every one of you in the face 1,000 times.
No!
Oh yeah, that was pretty damn good. I did get a bit lucky in the sense that the Time Twister drew me into the stuff I needed, namely easy spells to cast after I get my Paradox Engine, and even another creature I can sack to Arcum. But all in all, yeah, this was really, really nice. It doesn't happen often that I get games like this on Arcum, so it's definitely nice to get one on camera.